And in the next example, very similar, I'm asked for, in this example, I'm asked to complete the dosage calculation for 600 grams of a certain substance, and each tablet contains 15 milligrams of that substance. And so I need to know how many tablets I'm giving my patient. And so I can perform a very simple tablet to grams relationship, and I can, as long as my relationship is consistent on both sides of the equation, then I can very easily draw that down and determine that there are 4 tablets that need to be given to this patient. Well, the same thing goes if we need to make conversions first and then determine a dosage. So here I'm asked to complete the dosage calculation for an order of grains IVSS of a certain substance. So because these things change so often, and I could be asked literally for any dosage amount related to any caplet, for example, amount, then I try to go with the pattern and stick with the pattern to prevent getting confused. So hopefully you're finding a pattern at this point, and then you can, at that stage, once you find your pattern of setting up a relationship, from there you don't have to worry too much about whether or not your calculations are going to come out to be accurate. Because here I just set up my relationship, and notice how in my relationship it's not proportional. On the left I have grains IVSS compared to caplets, and then on the right I have milligrams compared to caplets. So for me, and I'm a slow study sometimes, so I need to stay organized. It's really the point I'm driving home in this lesson. Even though my proportion doesn't make a lot of sense right now, it helps me get started. So I have these grains IVSS, and the first thing that comes to my mind is, whoa, this is not a safe relationship. I have grains IVSS compared to caplets on the left and milligrams compared to caplets on the right. So obviously I need to get back to modern times and get out of grains and get into milligrams, which is probably how the medication is presented on the label. So I'm thinking about this IVSS first in Roman numerals IVSS, and I remember that IVSS is, well, the SS for sure should jump out at you as half. So remember that double S in apothecary measurement would be the half. So I know I have some number 0.5, and then my IV, remember, if the smaller number is in the front, then I'm going to do some subtracting. So instead of that 1, that I represents 1 in Roman numerals, that V represents the 5 in the Roman numerals. So I'll have a 1 and a 5. I need to subtract the 5 minus 1 to give me the 4. So we worked on that. I believe it was in week 4 lesson, or wherever's our introduction to apothecary, to remember those conversions, that Roman numeral conversion. So I actually have grains 4.5. I'm still in grains. I want to get out of grains, but at least I know how many grains I have. And then I can look at my approximate equivalency chart and go from my grains to my milligrams. And then you know how to do that. You can go there a variety of different ways, either using your proportion, working it through your head, skipping tons of steps, or moving decimals. However you like to deal with it, you can go from your grains to your milligrams. And then from now I have an adequate relationship, milligrams to caplets on the left, milligrams to caplets on the right, and then I'm going to go ahead and solve my proportion, and I'll discover that I have approximately 3.18 caplets. And so obviously in your workspace you'll need to verify, well, how do I deal with 3.18 caplets? We certainly don't want to overdose the patient, but we definitely want to be familiar with what happens in our community. So we'll just say in this case we're rounding down, we're going to administer 3 caplets of this substance to a patient when the doctor has ordered grains IVSS of this certain substance.